Hi friends, this topic is about Sita written by Toru Dutt. Sita appears in Toru Dutt's posthumous poetry collection Ancient Ballads and Legend of Hindustan. So this is a posthumous work. That means this was published after Toru Dutt's death. This poem presents a nostalgic story of Dutt's childhood and how she became emotional while hearing the heart touching Sanskrit mythology tales from her mother. So, while going through this poem, that is when she thought of it, she became very nostalgic. Thorodutt spent her time and spent many years in France. So, while thinking about this, she remembered her country and also about her childhood. So, Sita's story was told by her mother. Though the title of the poem alludes to the heroine of the Hindu epic Ramayana, this poem is based on the reaction of three children after listening to the second exile story of Sita. So, three children, probably her siblings, asked their grandparents to tell any story. This was meant for entertainment purpose only. But when they heard of the story, the three children became very emotional because they heard the story of Sita. We know in Hindu mythological story, this Sita was Sri Rama's wife who was exiled twice due to her fate. It was her fate that separated her from her husband. So, initial exile that actually was not an exile, it was only an abduct. She was kidnapped by Ravana. And after that, she came back, and after the major celebration and happy days went by, she was exiled by the society. Her husband Sri Rama was compelled to avoid Sita in the forest. So, this was the story heard by the three children. Dutt uses vivid descriptions of the characters' surroundings in order to portray the lush, enriching landscape of India. So, this story was not only about Sita but also the beautiful hermitage where she lived in. In ancient story, another story is there, that is Abhijnana Shaguntalam. No other writer might have beautified a hermit like that. So, the description about the beautiful hermitage was also can be found in this poetry. Dutt's poem Sita presents the character of three happy children at the beginning of the poem. They are listening to the story of Sita's second exile to the hermitage of Valmiki from their mother. While listening to the tale, they became so engrossed in it that they can even visualize the surrounding of the character. So that was the perfect narration did by the storyteller. So, as mentioned in the previous passage, the three children could even visualize the story. So, their mother was narrating in such a beautiful manner. According to the speaker, Dutt, the poet, the poet anchorite amidst a dense forest where the sunlight sparsely enters. So, the description is about the place which was not well lighted because there was the absence of sunlight. In the counter, there is a clear spot where she is sitting. Around her. Um, there are tall trees and a lucid lake where white snow glides in the following lines. The poet goes into depict the landscape, and at the end of her description, she tells traders about the unhappy fate of Sita. So this is the main passage. The story heard by the children was very tragedy only. So this is the summary of Sita. Let us go into more details in my next topic. So thanks for watching.